500 on the 4-hour chart, right? So I always use the 4-hour chart when I start my analysis. And the reason for that is because the 4-hour chart gives you the cleanest indication of higher time frame structure, higher time frame key levels, and higher time frame fair value gaps. And so the 4-pillar approach, right? One of the most important things I teach in trading, right? So you need to understand the market structure, right? This is basically the highs and lows of the market, right? One of the most organic, one of the most overlooked concepts in the markets, right? After that, you want to understand your dealing range. And the dealing range is the most recent high and low in the range. After that, you want to be understanding your premium and discount arrays. So you want to understand anything above the 50% is a premium, anything below is a discount. And the fourth thing, last but not least, you want to understand fair value gaps. And the main thing you want to understand with this 4-pillar approach is that it's kind of like a domino effect, right? Market structure will lead on to the dealing range will lead on to the correct premium and discount arrays. And from that, you can then identify fair value gaps. And the reason we identify fair value gaps is that they lead us to what we call points of interest, right? So they lead on to POIs, right? Some people refer to them as supply zones. Some people refer to them as supply and demand zones. Some people refer to them as POIs, but eventually these lead on to supply and demand zones. I'm just going to write S and D zones like this. And so once you have your supply and demand zones, you want to treat them as magnets, right? And we're going to get into this in a lot more detail. So with that being said, let's put this over to the side and let's understand how we do this, right? So how would I mark up this chart on the S&P 500, right? So I want to start off by looking at my market structure. And so market structure itself, one of the most overlooked concepts and one of the most